these things that like people my age or older than me, a lot of things I'm saying about the ways I was punished, I mean, they seriously are like, and, you know, because it's just, it is so normal, like the abuse. I mean, like kids my age, a lot of them would like just stay outside the house back then, you know. If they were in abusive households. I know, I mean, it seems petty, you know, all this stuff seems petty, but I'm just like, you know, I've raised kids, I'm seeing how these newer generations are raising kids, and I'm going, well, if all this shit's wrong and you guys are now raising these kids with gloves on, then what the fuck was that fucking chaos that I was raised in? You know what I mean? And why can't I talk about it? Why am I afraid to talk about it? Why do I feel guilt and shame? Why can't I even think about things to myself? Like, why can't I even go down certain pathways of thought without feeling such game and guilt and shame that you know, I won't even allow myself to think it. And this goes back to all that religious indoctrination and dogma of like, you know, you're afraid to think things, you know, when you are told as a child that you're going to go to hell if you think about them. You know what I mean? You're literally, it enslaves your mind, your thoughts, you know, and it takes years to get over that shit, man. Years. And again, my whole thing is just coming back to pointing out the abusive system. You know, the fact that that this shit needs to get called out. You guys need to quit laughing about this stuff. Like you know, I've joked many times, you know, with people my age that I've hung out with about it being abused. You know, just like, yeah, I got hit with everything when I was a kid. Yeah, my dad used to put nails in the belt. You know what I mean? And that's just like how people deal with it, instead of actually talking about it, you know. And then they'll go and drink, you know, a case of beer and watch rich people play sports. I mean, it's unreal. I just can't believe people still watch rich people play sports. Fixed sports, guys. If you don't know, your sports are completely fixed. I hate to ruin your sports for you, but your rich people, your celebrities, your idols that you guys like to fucking bow down to and spend all your time and attention on, yeah, they're it's all fake. Yeah, it's all fake. Just like the WWE and all the wrestling and all that shit. It's all fake, guys. All fake. Sorry to burst your bubble. All your politics, all your religion, it's all fake. Yeah. And you'll find that out when you start thinking for yourself and putting two and two together. Because they've been telling you 2 and 2 is 5, and you've just gone, you're playing right along with it. You're on the download. You're watching your sports, you're watching your TV, you don't care about your family, you don't know what, you have not even considered talking to anybody that you love about death, about suicide, about mental issues, about emotional issues, about life issues. You guys are so far gone in your technology, you're ready to download on AI. You know what I mean? And so if, you know, in that, those are distractions, man. Those are complete distractions. Those are completely different ways to live. That's not human. That is not human. And that, what I'm trying to say is this generational abuse. This generational abuse does not stop until you stop it. Because your kids are going to suffer, and you won't even know because you're so blinded by your own abuse and by your breads and circuses and by, you know, and then you go, oh, woe is me, I'm just trying to survive, I'm so busy. But that's not an excuse, you know. Is that really the excuse you're going to give when your kids get older and, you know, and then they're talking about your abuse you did to them? I mean, come on, guys. Think about it. Think about what's important. Think about how hard you keep working year after year. You just keep working harder and harder for less money. Look how expensive groceries are now. What a fucking joke, man. Oh my God, guys. Slave planet, bud. This is a slave planet. The harder you work out here, the better the slave you are. That's all it is, man. It's a big fucking game. It's a big fucking game that they're playing on your ass. And you're perpetuating this horseshit by having children, by not healing. By not healing, first of all. By going along with groupthink, by being comfortable, by not taking the time and effort to fucking put two and two together, by blowing off your friends and family who have been hurting, who have fell to the wayside. You've probably excommunicated them, probably talked shit about them. Oh, crazy uncle, you know what I mean? That's how easy. I mean, we just let family go off to the side, just fucking, and then we talk shit about them. It's crazy. It's absolutely nuts. We don't give a fuck. As long as we have our conveniences and we're comfortable, we don't give a fuck about another human, man. So yeah, just getting back to that abuse is, it just doesn't end. And, you know, when I talk about the endless hours of staring at a wall, nose to a wall, just staring at a wall, not moving. Endless hours. I can't even tell you how many hours. I can't tell you how many times I've had bars of soap in my mouth. I can't tell you the hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of times I've been slapped across the face, kicked, punched, pinched, ears almost yanked off, thousands of times. You know what I mean? Just constant abuse. It was constant abuse. It was never-ending abuse. Because when it wasn't physical, it was mental or emotional or spiritual or religious or social. How about social abuse? We haven't even, oh man, I got to do one on social abuse. I haven't even done the social abuse yet. Yeah. Endless hours and having to write over and over again a sentence over and over and over and over and over and over. I mean, guys, it was nothing for me to go through notebooks of paper every year. Notebooks and notebooks and notebooks and notebooks of paper every year, just writing. I would get grounded and have to write a sentence over and 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 over, thousands of times. I mean, hours worth of writing. Hundreds and hundreds and hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of days where I was told what my truth was over and over and over and over again. I mean, I don't know what else to say, man. The abuse is just, and the reason I'm, look, I'm not being a little bitch about anything. I mean, I've lived with all this, right? It's over. It's done with. At least I'm not abused like that anymore, right? It's just, I got to get this out because none of these things are correct. None of these things were right. None of these things. And it's like, and as I say them, I just realize how it was like my life was just literally skipping from one trauma to the next daily, just hourly sometimes, minute by minute sometimes, skipping from trauma to trauma to trauma to trauma to trauma. I mean, even my good times were traumatic. Fighting and fucking and drinking. As a kid, we used to play out in the woods. You know what I mean? We were outside as much as possible. Obviously, you get abused as soon as you walk through the door. Abuse starts, you know. But yeah, just documenting the massive amount of abuse, like abuse that you wouldn't even think of as abuse, you know. You just take it for granted. It's like, okay, we all abuse each other. I mean, can you believe we say that to each other? Yeah, and We say that about each other's abuse, like, and this happened to me, so shut the fuck up. Keep going. Keep perpetuating it. Don't talk about it. Don't fix it. Don't stop it. Don't heal it. Here, put the Band-Aid on. Take the pill. Do the download. You're almost there. Work harder. Try again. You know, I mean, it's just, this literally is, it's like a carny. This whole system is set up like a carnival ride, man. It's a fucking joke, bud. It's a joke. And the only thing we have is each other, is humanity. Everything else is distraction. Everything else is lack. Everything else is desire. All we have is humanity. That's all we have is our soul. That's it. And we completely deny our soul because our humanity is not supposed to crush other. That's opposite of what soul is. You're not supposed to crush others. Souls are not supposed to crush souls. It's not what souls are supposed to do. They're meant to shine and connect. And we just are so far away. It's just amazing, man. It's like such a fucked up. It's like the most skewed, like people who think this is God's realm, that God is running the show, are so far out, disconnected, and so lazy. They're mentally fucked. Because even if this supposed God had any kind of heart whatsoever, there's so many things that could be different as far as pain and suffering go. You know what I mean? So it's literally set up. It's literally set up on purpose like a carnival ride to bamboozle and use you and get everything it can out of you, which seems to be your energy. Whether that's positive energy for God, Jesus, or whether it's negative energy, heavy energy for Satan or Lucifer. You know, Lucifer is who most of these Christians worship. Lucifer, it's the god of this world. You know, the one who runs this world, the one that all these Christians are loving and enjoying, all these bread and circuses. They're all worshiping Lucifer. They're Luciferians. They're not Christians. They're Luciferians. They don't live like Christians. Christians have 10 commandments. And you read those 10 commandments and you look out there, the only Christians I see that show outwardly that they're Christians are like Mennonites and Amish. All these other cocksucking Christians, just speaking for America, all these other cocksucking Christians out there they're Luciferians. Nothing they do is Christian. They are Luciferians. They live like Luciferians. And again, I'm not saying all of them. I'm not saying everybody's rotten to the core. I'm just saying for the most part, people are running around like Luciferians, doing exactly the opposite of what a Christian's supposed to do, which is pick up the cross and follow Christ, which is Christ consciousness, which is giving up the things of this world, which is doing for others, like around you, like souls. You know what I mean? Like actually caring. Yeah, so these people are Luciferians, man. Don't let them fool you. When they go around, you know, talking about Christianity and all, they aren't Christ. Research Christ. Understand what Christ is, and it's very clear. And then understand what Lucifer is, and then it becomes ultimately clear. These people are worshiping Lucifer. That's why I don't want them praying for me. You know, that's why my mom, that's why these binds, that's why these spells, because she's praying, she's putting these evil curses and spells on me. And I can feel them. But I'm the crazy one. Like I said, I got common sense and breath left, and my common sense tells me that the whole system is an abuse-based system from the top down. And literally the only way to fix this shit, guys, is to heal yourself. And by healing yourself, you got to go all the way back to birth and realize that you were put on a program at birth. And then you got to start reevaluating and figuring out what's important from there. And the only thing I'm seeing that's important is other souls, other people, my soul and other souls. That's it. Like, we are living completely against how we were, I'd say how we were meant to live, but I don't know how we were, is that, if that's even the correct way to put it. But it does seem like we are forced to live like it's a trap. It's a carny trap, man. It's a carny ride.